guys.
Are you ready?
Well, I guess I'm ready.
Are we on?
Yes, we're on.
Okay.
Good, bad, whatever.
Good, bad, whatever. Oh, okay. Time to get serious.
It's hard to do.
Let's start.
Go for it.
Hello, everybody. This is Danny and Wanda.
From Deep South Homestead.
I guess that's where we are.
Yes. And the deal is, he just scared the bejesus out of me just before I hit the start button. And he screamed real loud, and I screamed. And I couldn't help it. I started laughing.
Hello, Sierra.
So
man.
he just scared the crap out of me. That was, I mean, just as I was.
Just as you hit the button. I'm notorious for doing that kind of stuff.
Hey, Michelle.
Deborah, prepping, not panicking. We were just panicking.
I know, I panicked.
Mama tried Beth and David and Shane. It sounds like romper room.
It does. No, he's famous.
Most people don't even know what that is. But.
He's famous for pulling tricks, as y'all are all finding out. He loves to pull tricks. And I hit that button to start, and he screamed real loud.
Yeah.
And made me jump, and I think I screamed. So
I think you screamed with me.
So that's why I was laughing when it came on. I see Eva and Toby and Pemberley, Breathe, Firefly, Moon Pie, Frank and Mary, Shane, Time for Living. We got a whole bunch of people.
A bunch of them. Miss Denise showed in here. Country Homestead Preacher, Jennifer and him, Yes, Baker's mom.
Papa Truck. Okay.
What are we talking about tonight?
I don't know. I really don't know, y'all. I gotta clear my eyes.
She's got to clear her eyes right at the beginning of the video.
He made me.
I made her start laughing to the point she started crying. So I'm notorious for that.
And if y'all know anything, you saw his trick this week.
Donna says, "Good Sunday night from Burleson, Texas." Is this Sunday night?
I thought it was Saturday.
I was hoping it's Saturday. Are we a day late?
I don't know. Are we on a different date? It's supposed to be Saturday night live. I'm not sure. The way our week's going, it could be.
It could be Sunday. I don't know.
Danny may have pulled a trick on me. Did you?
I'm not sure if I did or not this time.
Did I pull one on you?
You might have pulled one on me.
Okay, so.
Everybody, Eva's just talking about she just got through canning. A couple other people just were the first one on. But Moxley, the first one, said she just got through canning green beans or was canning green beans.
Wow.
And everybody's canning. And that just makes me happy.
Yeah, I canned. Oh, I think I got it over there. Blueberry jam yesterday.
Yeah.
And I canned pears one day. I don't even know. Did I put that up?
Did you even put that up here?
No,
here we go. Look at this right here. Oh, look at that. And this one to canned blueberry jam this week. We have so many blueberries stored up in the freezer.
That we had to use some of them.
We had to use some. And Jim says, or Kimmy, who's that? Kimmy Sue? Kimmy Sue says, y'all stop drinking the Jang Jang. I hope you're not drinking while you're doing a live stream.
I got water.
We got stuff. Now, I'm not saying what it is.
It is water.
It's stump hole water.
Ever do is water. I will get a Sprite occasionally.
Yeah, but we have these.
Cookies. Pecan cookies.
Pecan cookies, yep.
Okay, so we went to...
where did we go?
Our local feed store.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get this to come up.
We did. We ran into 2 subscribers there from another part of Mississippi.
This is Jane and Joel. And we stood there and talked to them in front of our feed store for quite a while.
Yep.
They recognized us. Of course, we didn't recognize them.
We didn't know them. We were getting in the truck as they were getting out of the truck. They were looking for perlite. And they found it at that store. Only place they said they could find it. So they bought, I don't know, it was like 3 or 4 50-pound bags of it or whatever. Or bales of it. It comes in like giant bales. And I didn't know. I turned around and he said, Danny from Deep South Homestead. And well, I've got used to when I hear that, I just know they're subscribers. But they turned out to be great people. We had a wonderful conversation.
And Susan says she looks like Jane Goodall. I thought the same thing when I saw her.
That is true.
I mean, as far as I know, she's not Jane Goodall. She didn't tell me her last name, but she is Jane. and Joel. And we had a blast with them, got to meet them. And they don't live too far, so.
They live about 45 minutes from us, yeah.
So not too far.
And they said they were just talking about us as they were coming over on the drive.
Yeah, because they knew we lived here in Wiggins, and they were talking about something they'd watched us do, and then they pull up at the feed store, and there we are.
Eva says she just bought 12 more cases of jars today. Lots more to can. Hey, Eva, just keep going, girl. I mean, I'm telling you, you can't can enough.
Yeah. Now, Stronghold and Fate said they were in Mississippi today. Wish they could have stopped by. If you'd have messaged us about us seeing it. Did you all do the wiring in the cabin already? Yes.
Yes, I've already done it. Yes.
Danny's got everything wired. I think I put one.
Did you put one up on that?
Yeah, one shot of. This is his box. I didn't put a whole lot of that. We've got a video over on Patreon that I put up yesterday showing his wiring, and he explains a little bit about it. It'll come up sometime maybe in the next few months on YouTube. It'll be a while.
It'll be a while.
We're going to work our way through talking about the cabin and putting up some videos off and on, so it'll be a while.
Yeah, the cabin's wired, I'm wired, Wanda's wired, we're all wired.
Yeah, and this is what he's been doing the rest of the week. Putting up insulation.
Putting up insulation. That stuff is eating me up.
Yeah, and so we'll have a video on that maybe next week on Patreon.
Shane says, I do electrical for a living. Good job. I am an electrician also. So, over on Patreon, we'll have a detailed panel box when I get through to show how I wire a panel box. So it'll be
We
detailed.
haven't got to that part yet.
We haven't got to that part.
Sorghum Farm checking in.
Checking in. Take 10 pounds of blueberries in a dehydrator as I write this.
Okay, and this was Danny's belated birthday present. Some of you that follow us on Facebook saw this. You want to explain what kind of ladder that is?
This is a gorilla ladder. It is a multifunctional ladder. It can go up steps. It can become an extension ladder. It can set and offset angles.
Sawhorses.
Sawhorses. It can come apart. There's another set of tops that goes on it. You can make the scaffolds out of it.
It could be two ladders.
It could be two ladders. Yes. I mean,
and how tall is it?
It'd reach up to 22 foot.
Yeah.
So.
He doesn't know how he ever lived without that ladder.
I'm telling you, I had to have that when I started doing insulation up in the attic of the ceiling up in there because it's so high in the cabin. It's like 16 feet up there, and I just needed a good ladder I could stand up on and reach up all the way to the top.
Yeah, and so he's talked about it, but he just never has really got one. So for his birthday, I said, "Hey, let's just get you a ladder and be done with it," because he's still got quite a bit of high stuff.
A lot of high stuff left
to do in the cabin.
Yeah.
Old Sal says he loves his, but it doesn't come apart.
Yeah, this one comes apart.
It makes two separate ladders, so that was pretty awesome. Thomas says they have a Little Giant.
It's basically the same thing as a Little Giant. It's just that this one's called a Gorilla instead of a Little Giant. I mean, but they're both the same ladder.
Yeah, and Eva's asking about the attic being hot. We have been really blessed this week with a lot of cool days. This morning
was 68 degrees.
Yeah.
In the deep south in August.
This is crazy.
But now, I will say this. Every day gets up to be 104 to 120 something heat index every day. I mean, it just never fails. It gets hot during the day. But the mornings are usually pretty cool.
And I've been weeding. I don't even know what all I've got here for pictures, but let's go back up. Been working in the garden some this week.
This is our garden. This is our okra. This is our fall okra that we have planted. And if you look to the far right next to the sugar cane is our popcorn. As a matter of fact, just a few minutes ago, I fertilized and plowed that with the Hoss high arch wheel hoe. Out there in 104-degree temperature, I had to run in and take a bath right quick before the live stream. And then to the far left is our sweet potatoes and our peanuts.
Did you talk about the sugar cane?
Yep.
And the corn?
Yep.
Okay.
Got all that in there.
All right, so I'm not paying attention. I'm reading. I'm reading comments while he's talking, and then I don't hear what he says. All right, this is a little bit different view.
A little bit different view. The peanuts is right down the middle, and then we have white sweet potatoes on the left, red sweet potatoes on the right.
Yeah, and Michelle's saying this is the coolest summer I remember. Yes, as far as us too, I think that's
well. We're pretty much getting into a pretty good time of the year, though. I mean, and this is our
first sweet potatoes.
Yes, the first ones we planted.
And the first row on the right, I've been working on it, getting the weeds out. I've got the second row already done. This picture was taken before I weeded this morning, and then I got 2 more rows to go. These things are getting ready to bloom. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking great. There's a whole bunch of blooms all in there. Probably this week we're going to have blooms everywhere.
Eva, we let it dry on the stalk. And if it gets to be too late, we'll pull it up and hang it upside down in the greenhouse. And Thomas, yes, that is sugarcane in the backdrop there.
Yes. When should cucumbers be ready to harvest?
As long it depends on what size you want them. Anything from 2 inches long to 4 to 6 inches long. You don't want to get too big because if you do, they get big old seeds in them, and then they're not good to eat.
Yeah. Hey, Teresa. Let's see. Shane says he remembers his grandpa growing peanuts. There's not many people grow peanuts anymore for any reason.
There's a few farms around here that still grow them commercially, but the government used to pay people to plant peanuts on their property to improve their soil because it puts nitrogen back in your soil.
All right, this is Danny's peppers. That was taken this morning before I took some of them off. Danny is still getting peppers. I have dehydrated peppers. I've cut up peppers. We have frozen peppers. We've eaten peppers fresh. These things just are producing like crazy.
We have found the secret to peppers for us.
Yes. So they're doing really, really good. And we let Hank out running around sometimes. He gets out and runs. And this was over at the cabin. He was just so I could throw a Hank picture in there. I hadn't been able to do any Hank videos here lately. So that's it. And yes, Beth, we did hear about the shooting in El Paso.
Yes.
They walked into a Walmart, I guess, or was in a Walmart. And that's a lot of people.
That's a lot. Well, Walmarts are usually packed, and if you open up fire in there, you can take a lot of people out.
And Cheryl's asked him, what's the secret to peppers? Danny has several videos on these peppers over the last few weeks.
I have. I've learned that peppers cannot be put in the full sun anymore. If you're going to put them in containers, we've learned to grow them in containers because we can do a better job of fertilizing and controlling the water and everything in it. And they are in half. They get the morning sun, but they do not get the evening sun.
Yeah. And I wish we had have weighed them as we got them, but I'm talking a 2-gallon bucket. I think isn't it about 2 gallon or is it a gallon?
Which one?
That little bucket that we bring.
It's a 2-gallon bucket.
It's a 2-gallon bucket, and every other day for I don't know what, a month and a half, for at least a month.
At least a month or a month and a half. Yeah, that's probably about right.
Every other day for a month to a month and a half, I have been bringing in a 2-gallon bucket of peppers, which means we have had peppers every which ways. We shouldn't even lack peppers for any reason.
Oh, no. And I'm going to tell you the secret, calcium nitrate. Yeah. Calcium nitrate and lots of water in containers now.
Yeah. Old South said he built a shade tent over his tomatoes and peppers.
Sherry says, can I plant potatoes now? I'm in central Alabama. Not sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes, you got to have 125 days of growing, and I don't think we have that much time left.
Open that door.
And we don't grow Irish potatoes in the wintertime. We just never have had any luck with them.
Jen, I'm sorry. Did I make you sick? She's been sick all week. I was sick last Sunday when Danny's daughter Jennifer was here, and now she's been sick all week. I hope you didn't get something from me. And Danny's been kind of a little on the puny side this week, and I'm like, I don't know where I got it from, but it seems like everybody else is getting something. I think somebody on here last weekend said they had a stomach virus, and I think I got it from who said that on the chat. Do you think it's possible? Internet.
Jennifer said she's been sick all week.
That's what I'm saying. I may have given it to her.
You may have gave it to her. I don't know. I'm
sweating. You're gonna have to open the door or something. You're not hearing me because I can't get out.
Oh.
He's having to open the door because it gets warm in here.
She just has hot flashes because she got to that age. Just be honest about it.
There ain't nothing. Oh, I do have a fan. Here's my fan.
There's your fan. Yeah.
I still got one of my fans. See my pretty fan? Okay, yeah. That helps both of us. Let's see.
Let's see here.
Ben at Full House had it. I don't know if mine. I didn't throw up, and I didn't have any problems at all. I just was weak and had no energy, and I took a headache, and I slept all day long.
You know, Dwayne's talking about the sycamore leaves turning yellow. Lots of our leaves here are already turning. So our black gums have already turned red, and a lot of them done fell off the tree. Some of our maples are turning red. The pear trees are all turning yellow. All the leaves falling off of them. Oak leaves, I done got to get up and sweep the leaves off the roof on the house here.
Yeah, we've got a video on that next week. It's like about a month ahead or better.
Yeah, it's about a month ahead. Beth said our Walmart today had no sugar.
I was pricing sugar yesterday and today. Less than 3 months ago, I bought sugar online, Walmart.com for $8.89 or $8.90 or something like that. I looked today, they had absolutely none on Walmart.com. Now I can get it in a local store for $11 something, which is $2 and something higher, which it usually in store is higher. But the one sugar that I found, 25 pounds online, was $35.
Yeah.
And but it was different brand, of course.
Eva says 25 pounds of sugar today was $19.99, which was $20. Yeah.
Well, see, I found it at our local Walmart, I think 11 something for 25 pounds. So I'm going to get it before they change their mind.
Time for Living says, how many acres do you have planted, not counting fruit trees? That's hard to say because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gardens.
Sierra.
And they all.
I didn't put our Walmart pictures up.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I forgot.
We have 5 gardens. It's about 60 by 80. One of them, or 2 of them, is about 60 by 80. One of them's 120 by 80, and the other one's about 150 by 60. I mean, so it's, I haven't done the square footage. It's hard to say.
Let me see if I can find my Walmart pictures.
Gemini says their Walmart's been out for 4 weeks.
I didn't think it was that far back. Where's my Walmart pictures? Okay.
See if you can get this up where they can actually see it on there. I mean, where's your
This is not the sign, but
the light. You gotta get it where the light.
Okay.
It's not going. Oh, okay. That's the empty shelves at Walmart.
Let me see if you can see this. Okay, can you get it?
Give me that thing.
I don't know if it's going to show.
I'm trying to get it.
This is the Walmart sign,
well,
like everybody else is seeing.
Hang on, let me see if I can get this thing down here. No, I thought I could.
It's not. Anyway, it's not showing. Okay, there you go.
I'm going to get it here in a minute.
All right, this is our Walmart. It says through August 9th, product shortages.
I'm going to get it here in a minute.
So we did have them, and we have had multiple people saying we're crazy.
We've had tons of people tell us, you're crazy, there's no shortages nowhere, there's no signs of anything even being short. But we went, we just went and checked. I said, take pictures, it's there.
And it's not, I don't know that it's that big a deal, but it is. It's all over the United States, and it might not be in your Walmart because maybe there's not as many people shop your Walmart or whatever that they're totally out. But it's a lot of Walmarts. I bet we've had 25 to 30 people send us messages from all over the United States. It's everywhere. And it's not just Walmart.
No, there was a site that you could go to, I found, and I can't remember what it is now. It's a USDA site that talks about all the shortages that they're facing right now. And
Walmart and Kroger's, and we've had different smaller stores people have mentioned. I just don't know store names. And John Hendrickson's right. That's what Danny was talking about. Many people took it a lot of different ways, but Sierra said they were out of bread and frozen items. All right.
I'm sitting here. Everybody's on board.
Yeah.
Kroger's, yeah. Wasn't Wiggins the home of Dizzy Dean? Yes, it was. Famous baseball player. Lots of actors have come from Wiggins, Mississippi. We have several pro football players from Wiggins, Mississippi. I mean, so there's a lot of people from here.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood. That sounds funny saying that. I knew Clint. That's what makes it. That's what makes it so weird.
Talking about?
Also, liquor stores are starting to have shortages. Yeah. So
really?
Yeah.
That's funny. I hadn't thought about that.
I guess people's buying up all the alcohol because they figure it's better than.
So they can forget about the food shortage. Maybe that's why all these people are commenting on yours. They're all liquored up and they don't know the food's out.
Yeah. Hey, Dave, it's good to have you come over, my friend.
The I Am of Me went to Kroger. We had no signs, but all the organic Simply Truth veggies were gone. No carrots in a can,
but no signs.
Yeah. And that was Kroger's. So.
Oh yeah, Brett Favre. He's from Hattiesburg, just north of here.
Where I'm from, Brett Favre lived about 2 miles down the road. Of course. And believe me, that big fence, and if ever he did anything, there were media trucks sitting downside the highway all the time. You knew when Brett was in the news.
Mike's Wheelchair said our Walmart had great value, 25-pound bags of sugar for $7.69.
Are you serious? You should have bought it.
Should have bought it, because if you go online, it's $11 and something.
Yes, if you're going to stock up with any liquor, it should be vodka to make tincture.
Yeah, vodka.
That's the best.
You make vanilla extract, anything. I mean, all that
I got
stuff.
a video on that coming up. I got to do that video.
Yeah.
But yeah, vodka is the best thing if you're going to use your herbs. You need a stash of that. I need to do that as one of my prep items.
Saddle Ridge. The only thing I can figure if your Cherokee Tans has lots of vines and no flowers, it may be too much nitrogen.
And sometimes it just takes them a while to start. It seemed like some of them would just sit there and just grow and grow and grow and grow, and then all of a sudden they'd start putting on blooms.
Yeah.
Piggly
Wiggly is 25 pounds of sugar for $13.69. That's about what we've been used to paying in the store.
In the store, yeah.
Is it pure cane sugar for $7? Wow.
Yeah, because we usually use the cane sugar.
Pure cane sugar is all we use. He said he's going to be getting some more tomorrow.
Heidi said she just bought fresh green beans. How do you like to cook them? I usually add a little bit of seasoning, and it's according to what you like for seasoning, but you can use some pork fat, or you could use a piece of bacon, or you could use a little bit of oil of some sort if you just like oil, or you could just salt them in water and cook them.
Susan, your Cherokee Tans are flowering for weeks, no fruit setting. You may have to self-pollinate them because you may not have any honeybees anywhere around to do it, or any bumblebees or something. So you can self-pollinate them. Just take the male flower over to the female flower and just rub it down inside it, and it'll usually do the job. Oh, that's right. Jennifer said a lot of liquor's made from corn. Probably why the shortage. It could be.
Well, probably hadn't got there yet, but it's possible warehouses are backing up, trucking, anything. There's all kinds of excuses. There's as many excuses or reasons as there is problems.
Smitty has been in the hospital since Tuesday, moved to ICU today, blood clot causing heart and lung problems. Y'all keep Smitty in your prayers.
Yes, and we have a list of web
Okay,
caging.
Jan said I put fish emulsion on my Cherokee tans, and now I have both male and female flowers.
Wow.
So it may be a mineral deficiency there.
Yeah.
And I want to keep in mind too, while I got on my mind, Web Cajun. If any of y'all who ever watch his channel has passed away, he no longer will be making videos anymore. He has some fine videos on gardening.
Danny used to
I
love
used
to
to
watch
love
him.
to watch him a lot.
And Phyllis Stokes, Southern Prepper. I used to watch her a good bit. Her husband passed away this week, and she is fighting cancer too herself. So we want to keep Phyllis in our prayers also when we get there.
We had a Cherokee pumpkin get broke off the vine a little too early. Will it ripen anymore? If the stem on the pumpkin is about 3 to 4 inches long, it may eventually turn. The seed in it may not be any good, but it may eventually turn if it's not too green.
Yeah. All right. Now, I don't know what else we got going on. Oh, we got up this morning to...
This is what we found this morning in our pen outside, guys. Look at here.
Mama turkey.
Our mama turkey
had 7 babies.
We had babies everywhere.
We weren't expecting it yet, and the ones we had hatch out last month, something got them one night, so we didn't have any baby turkeys. So we've been trying to be vigilant with these all day and see what's going on.
Old Sal said he just checked our area here, said you can order it for $8.36 though sugar.
Wow. Well, see, I was trying to find it here. I couldn't find it for that price. Because I was getting it shipped to the house for that.
Yeah, we were getting it shipped to the house for that price. Yeah. But yeah, the baby turkeys, we're hoping that this time they have such a high mortality rate that lots of times they just don't make it, period. But we're hoping that they'll make it. Yeah,
we're hoping this time. We're trying to keep an eye on them. And the mamas seem to be doing a good job today, so we'll see.
We'll see. We had 21 wild turkeys come in close today, and one was white. Wow.
White one? Wow.
I had that when I lived over at my other location. Some coming in like that. What are we looking at?
My candy corn bloom.
She had a bloom on her candy corn.
It hasn't bloomed in a while, so it's now getting ready to start blooming again, and I'm wanting to move this. It's a vine, and it's called a candy corn plant, and it's going to our candy corn cabin as soon as we get where I can put it over there and keep it watered.
Papa Truck said, thought y'all were getting rid of the turkeys. Well, technically we am, but this one had already laid a bunch of eggs and was sitting on it.
And technically somebody ain't got rid of all of them yet. It's been like 3-4 months.
Well, we're trying to work on the cabin. I'm trying to keep the garden going and all this kind of stuff, and it just ain't enough of me. I'm just one old man, okay?
Yeah, we've got like 5 turkeys out there that need to be processed. And we've been on him for like 3 weeks, and we still ain't got there. And so we still got 5 turkeys that need to be processed.
We do.
And we still got 2 pigs in the front that need to be, or in the back that need to be processed. And we've got 2 pigs in the front that we think may be breeding. So if we don't get rid of the 2 in the back, we're going to have a whole bunch in the front.
We're going to have a whole pile of pigs everywhere. I can't get rid of pigs. I mean, I got pigs and I can't even get rid of them.
This turkey is was it called a royal palm?
This is a royal palm.
That's why it's white.
Yeah.
If that's what you're asking now, but I thought you said somebody else said something about a white turkey in the wild.
No, we do not have any quail. Quail to us is a waste of time.
We have some wild ones.
We got wild ones. I watched a whole covey of wild ones over at the cabin a while ago. Had a whole bunch of baby ones with them. They were a mama, a daddy, and about 8 little ones.
They raise their own. We don't have to deal with them.
Yeah, when I want one of them, I just go out and shoot them, so I don't have to worry about it. I call them up and shoot them.
Now black.
Danny Duncan says, that's what I tell my wife. I'm just one old man.
Do you ever use a drop of mineral oil on corn silks to keep the worms away? It works great. Considering we plant a whole field of corn, no. We just leave it and let it go.
Yeah, we don't. If you plant corn at the right time, and get it in early enough, you don't really have a problem with cornworms. But if you wait till it gets too warm and plant, then you will have cornworm.
And Rick is saying Elvis is from Mississippi. Yes, Tupelo.
Yes, Tupelo up that way, yeah.
There were lots of people from Mississippi.
Lots of famous people from Mississippi.
Let's see. I'm not sure.
Lots of freezer space for freezer camp, Danny. Well, the problem is we're running out of freezer space.
Oh, Sal's a procrastinator on harvesting chicken and ducks. Yeah, this one is too, if he can get away with it.
Well, it's just I've got so much else to do. I mean, I'm sitting up here. I just got the tiller hooked up on the tractor today and actually re-tilled my soil because weeds was coming all up in it. So, I mean, I'm just trying to.
Foraging Freedom TV says, is feeding a pig worth it? Thinking about getting a couple next spring. If you eat pork, yes, because they grow fast. And the meat is so much better.
It's not, if you go to the store, they call it the other white meat.
It really ain't.
Technically, home-raised pork is not white. It's dark red.
It's kind of pinkish red looking. When I was feeding my kids, I mean, this has only been less than 20 years ago, pork was pink and red. And when I can still remember going into the stores and seeing white pork and going, oh, something's wrong with that meat. And so it's only been in the last 15 to 20 years that pork became white and not pink.
It's what they feed them in the places. Mary says, Danny, why do you say quail is not worth it? Because for us to raise quail and no more meat than you get for the amount of time that you put into it. It's just that we could raise something else and make a lot more.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a lot more.
Rabbits and chickens, they're all a lot more meat.
Jess Farm says, what's a good month to plant corn? We plant ours where we live at now in Zone 8. I plant mine in March, early March.
Yes. I love pork and pepper jelly.
Yep. I remember thinking pork is a white meat. It's not a.
Yeah.
That was a campaign to make people eat pork and think it's.
After they turned it white, they put. I don't know what they do to them.
No, it's they were trying to compare it to chicken because chicken was a white meat and they were talking about how healthy pork was. It's the other white meat, you know. And
do you ever eat potbelly pigs? I never have.
No, but you can. I mean, potbelly pigs just have a lot more lard on them than they do meat.
Yeah. So, okay, so there was a few things I wanted to mention tonight, and one of them is I know some of you watch Prepstetter Bob, the Self-Reliant Roadshow. He is coming to Mississippi in late fall, early winter. I'm not sure, the date's not definite yet, but he is doing a live stream tomorrow on his channel, talking about all the places he's going. And I think he told me he had 20-something different places right now lined up. So if you watch Prepstetter Bob, go over tomorrow. I'm not sure if he sent me back a time, so you can check his channel out and see what time. He's going to give you an itinerary of where all he's going. And that was one of the things I was wanting to mention. Oh, and Danny was... porch time this week. Miss B Lady sent me a message that porch time this week was featured on Before It's News, and that is a website. I guess they pick up all kinds of
they cover
videos,
massive topics on that channel or that website,
and we had no clue. So porch time was on Before It's News about 2 days ago or so. It was the featured video.
It was a featured video for that day. Yeah.
So that was really a nice surprise.
Susan says, do you know why my tomatoes seem to be ripening only one at a time on the vine? If it is an indeterminate, that's usually what happens. A determinate variety, they all of them ripen at once in about a week or so period, but indeterminates ripen one at a time usually. Okay, where are we at?
All right, so
Okay.
Time to Sow says, I remember Forest News, good website. Danny's watched it all, or went and checked
I
it
have
out.
seen it before, yeah. In Zone 8, can you plant corn in May? Yes, you can. Yeah, you may have to spray it because of worms, but you can plant it. Faith Garner says, new subscriber, I just got the Seminole pumpkin seeds I ordered today. Thank you so much. You are more than welcome, and I hope they do you well.
Yes, I remember that name when I sent it off.
Most effective remedy for cabbage worms, and these are Brussels sprouts getting devoured.
They were
probably going to be my mind went just as blank. I had it on my mind while I was reading it. That's terrible. That's a sign you're getting old, is when that happens. It's just 2 letters. Not D-E, B-T.
I don't know.
Okay, BT.
SM?
Versilius thuringiensis. It's an organic spray that's made to get rid of worms.
Do you know anything about a locust tree?
Yeah, they got long thorns on them. And they won't rot. Most of them won't rot, so they make good fence posts and stuff.
See, they helped you out after the fact. Ours is delayed, so the BT is showing up right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Wendy, she says she's a new subscriber too.
Okay, good to have you over, Wendy. I Googled food shortages the Wednesday, and porch time from Tuesday came up.
Thank you.
We are pretty high up in the ranking right now. Another thing I want to tell y'all is I know a lot of y'all watch Adapt 2030 with David Dubai. He actually has been in contact with me. He watched my porch time and all. He said he loves it. He watches us occasionally, and we watch him. We just don't we just don't tell a lot of people.
Adapt really.
We follow Adapt David pretty regularly, and he has actually sent me his new book that he has written.
And in the description of this video, I have a link. It's David's link to his book. And I looked at it today, and he has, if you want to know what the grand solar minimum is, it explains it really, really well. And then Sasha Dobler's link is in the description to his book. He brings in solar history, all the history behind it and how empires and nations react and what happens in them. I mean, both books will really, really explain a whole lot to you if you are on the fence and want to know more, whatever.
Yeah.
Ice Age Farmer's good, yes.
What causes watermelon rot and how do you prevent it? It's a lack of calcium usually. Your soil, you need to do a soil test to get the pH up on it. Have you ever injected BT in stalk? No, I have not. Denise, I've not done that. Can I plant carrots now? I am zone 7A. I would wait until mid-September to plant carrots in zone 7A. David's been following the crops a long time. Yes, I've got David's new book, and I've got Sasha's new book, Sasha Dobler's new book. I'm actually doing a lot of reading, a lot of studying in both books. David wanted to know my opinion on the book, so I'm going to give it to him. At some point, I hope that we are able to talk on the phone. We're trying to get that lined up to where we can actually sit down and talk together.
And I have a copy of Sasha's book coming. It'll be here Monday. So I will have a physical book. We have it online where we can go read it. And like today when I was reading David's book, it's online. I get a severe headache from trying to read books online. I know a lot of people love ebooks and stuff, but that messes with my mind and it messes with Danny's. It gives us a headache. So Sasha's book will be here Monday, and I haven't ordered David's yet to have a handheld copy because but I really would rather have one in my hand.
Yeah, I really like the book in my hand.
I can make notes. I can flip back and forth and see what I'm doing. I like it. Have you ever grown sorghum?
Yes, I have. Sorghum is mainly for a northern zone, but it will grow in a southern zone too. Here we just grow sugar cane instead of the sorghum.
Yeah. And we really like our sugar cane.
Teresa said she's fairly new to the channel, but now we're her favorite YouTubers. Thank you, Teresa.
Oh,
I'm so glad you're able to be with us tonight. We actually planted our tomato seeds yesterday for our fall tomatoes.
I'll have a video.
We'll have a video coming up about that. I'm showing you how we done it.
Hopefully, because I want it to come on up and do a full thing. I don't want to just show you doing something. I want to show the end process a little bit.
Old South says a little while, but I like Diamond from Oppenheimer.
I do too.
We like him, and yes, he's
funny. I love listening to him.
He's not necessarily family friendly, but
he's got a good personality.
He's got a good personality. We know him well, and it's yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people watch Oppenheimer. What is the other guy on weather? You've got 2 or 3 weather people.
MBGC combo, a young guy who does fantastic weather forecasting. He's just really really good. I watch so many channels that for me to sit here and tell you who they all are, I just pick out some of the more popular ones. You know, Adapt 2030, David. I really love David. David, I'm glad that he finally reached out. We knew he was subscribed to us because we saw that he was subscribed to us, and I'm sure he saw that we were subscribed to him.
Danny watches everything he puts out. He's really got a lot of good information. He keeps up with everything around, and that's kind of one of our deals is we don't have time to search everything on the internet. We've got a few places that we can keep up with.
We keep up with some of them.
Then if we need to go look for something else, we've at least got an inkling of what's going on in the world.
I keep up with like Valentina Zarkova. You know, I keep up with her. She puts out a lot of good information. Would like to finally get a chance to talk to her. I don't know if that'll ever come to fruition, but we are chatting back and forth with Sasha Dobler, now with David Devine, and at some
Homestead
point,
Mama put up some. Danny messaged her.
Yes, I talked to Melissa this past week about her video. I told her how good it was, and that she'd done a fantastic job on her video.
Yes. Danny actually thinks Melissa's kin to him. I think
Melissa's got to be kin to me somewhere down the line. Melissa has to be kin to me. I just know it. But I have plenty more tomatoes, yellow squash, and beans for fall already in northern Arkansas. And you should be good. What is the best place to find hoop house plans? Oh, I don't know about hoop house plans. I'm just not sure. We watch Dutch Sense also. He does a fantastic job with earthquakes and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's very good at predicting the next little spot, and that's what I really like. We're planting peas. Y'all hear me? We're planting peas tomorrow or the next day, Monday.
Monday, it would be either tomorrow or Monday. We're going to be planting field peas. Now, we say peas, they're field peas.
They ain't going to be beans.
Red rippers.
They're not going to be beans.
Not going to be beans this time. They're going to be red rippers.
I've got beans, y'all. If those beans that we planted make, they're just hanging with blooms.
Yeah.
It's just never sure. And there were bees everywhere, so I'm thinking they're pollinated. Plus, I have some full-size beans and a bunch of tiny ones everywhere. So we're going to be picking a lot of beans. So now we're going to be planting peas. And Amanda said we're going to be checking the peas and making sure they're peas.
Wonder why.
I wonder why, too.
Don't plant Jack the Ripper beans.
Yeah, Mike Morellis, yes.
I watched some of Mike Morellis' stuff. I like Mike, I'll be honest with you.
I'm not letting Danny handle the seeds this time.
Wendy said, I did not know Dutch Sense was still on. We used to watch him when they first came on YouTube. Yeah, Dutch Sense is on.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he just put a video up here about the guy who got killed, a YouTuber who got killed hang gliding or paragliding or whatever it was. Yeah. He put a video up about that.
What's really weird is our rattlesnake beans. They looked horrible. The whole bottom of them did the same thing our English peas did. They curled up. They looked funky.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the tops of the rattlesnake beans are just as vibrant green, putting out brand new leaves and vines everywhere. They're going all over the place, blooms like crazy. And we have been getting rattlesnake beans now. It was just, I don't know, it happened with our English peas that way, and now the rattlesnake beans are doing that way.
It said, howdy, just planted peas today also. Well, today was not above ground crop day. Tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday, I think, are above ground crop days. That's why we're waiting to those.
Yeah.
Danny, do you grow broccoli? Yes, we do it, but we do it in the wintertime. We don't do it in the summertime.
And we have to fight little rabbits.
We have to fight rabbits. Red River peas, joke for years. Yeah.
Best joke ever. I see. Their pears seem to be ripened and falling to the ground. Think they're ready to go. Probably.
If they're falling to the ground, they're probably overripe.
Yeah,
just have to watch out for yellow jackets and bumblebees.
Yeah, because ours are coming off now. I canned ten. I canned 10 quarts the other day, and we're fixing to be. We just took some off this morning, and we've got more to come off in the next few days.
Great variations that nobody knows how to explain with precision, but they gave us a clear sign that the planet is changing. The Earth is vibrating higher and higher, just like us. Yeah. Well, we got a pole shift that they're possibly talking about. May actually happen if things don't change. Kentucky Home says the rattlesnake beans has been slow to, and bush beans have been slow to produce this year. Ours have too. Ours did great last year, Christy, but this year they've given us a little problem.
RB says pears and apples were early this year in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And now Marfugel, how do you say that?
Marfugel, yeah, I've watched Marfugel. He's a young guy, has a really good channel. I've watched him several times. Our green beans do nothing this year. Our green beans did not do what they normally do, but we did harvest some off of them.
Hey, Steve. Steve, I saw your message a little late and Danny was asleep. Forgot to tell him till this morning. You need to call Steve Squat, okay? So,
or if it's something you can ask me here. But if you want to wait,
you can message or something. I just forgot. I saw it and it was late, and I forgot about it till I was running messages back this morning.
Can you advise me on whether I should save my potato fruit or not? I'm getting different opinions. Potato fruit, you talking about the little tomato-looking thing that grows on top of the plant? You just will not worry about it. It's where potato varieties are created from. It takes up to 4 or 5 years to actually get a particular variety of potato from those.
Lake Effect just started harvesting her rattlesnake beans. They have a wonderful flavor.
Oh, they do.
I cooked some a couple of days ago, and Danny says these things fresh are just out of this world. Now, once you can them, they're like all canned green beans, but fresh is just different.
Research who you all watch more than meets the eye on videos. Yes.
Gophers are eating my potatoes.
A little Epsom salt may help the beans. Yeah, we use Epsom salt on everything we grow. Magnesium is short in all soils, just about.
Does letting pinto bean runners wrap around tomato plants have a negative effect, or will they just keep each other warm at night?
I don't let anything with runners wrap around my tomato plants. Because tomato plants need a good airflow through them to keep from getting the viruses and diseases. So I don't let anything. As a matter of fact, I try to trim leaves off of mine so that they keep plenty of airflow.
Two family is in Missouri, I think, at Doug and Stacy's, what they call Life Conference, I think is this weekend.
I don't know.
I can't remember, but I think that's what it's called. Life Conference. I think it was 2 days, today and tomorrow.
When should I plant garlic in North Carolina for fall? Probably late September.
Yeah.
How long is too long for okra? Well, it depends. When you take a knife at the very bottom of it, where the little point starts, where it goes onto the plant, right there where you break it off the plant, when you take a knife right there and stick it in the okra, if it doesn't slide in it freely, and when it goes into it, it's got a woody sound to it or a woody feel, it's too tough to use.
Yeah. So it's Ours is probably what?
4 inches long.
About 4 inches. It starts getting hard. And
We
the
pick
Star
ours.
of David is only about 2 inches long, and it's hard. So
But
it's
the Star of David's a lot larger in diameter.
yeah, it's according to what kind of okra
Depends on
you
the
got.
type of okra you grow.
And
Yeah.
cowhorn can get 10 inches long before it's hard.
Okra's best around 3 to 4 inches long. I don't like anything over about 4 inches, because if you do, it's just like it gets a tough feeling on it.
Yeah, and it just does better. Somebody asked about leather breeches. I've never made leather breeches. Never. I mean, I'm not even. I've heard of them. I just never have made them.
Yeah, we don't make them. I haven't really eaten them, so I don't know.
Green beans. I just like my beans in jars.
Well, we use a little lard in our beans, and we actually fry our green beans. We don't boil them. We actually fry them, and some lard in a skillet.
Sometimes.
That's the way I prefer mine. Let me put it that way.
All right. Miss y'all at the Hootenanny was secretly hoping y'all would have shown up. I would have loved to have made it. It's just Michigan's long,
many hours away.
Long trip.
Yeah.
It would have been fun to have popped up and surprised the Pratts like they did us, but with the cabin going on and things like that, and this one don't leave hardly for anything. So.
Do y'all like the Cherokee purple tomatoes? Actually, the Cherokee purple is probably the best tasting tomato I have ever eaten if it's grown right. It just we love it. Can you get rid of verticillin fungus in the soil? Yeah, move to another place and.
What?
No, I mean move your tomatoes. Move your tomatoes to another place and don't plant there for a couple of years, and it usually will take care of itself.
You told them to move to another place.
Well, move your tomatoes to another place.
Oh, that was wrong.
Danny, did you ever fill your tractor tires yet? No, I didn't have to, Steve. These tractor tires came filled.
Do we sell tomato seeds? We have in the past, but right now I don't think we have any.
We don't have any Amish paste. Have we sold out of the Amish paste?
I don't know. I would just have to go look. Right now we have no tomato seeds on our Etsy store.
Time for living is right. I don't think the humidity here would be.
Anything that we dehydrate has to be vacuum sealed with moisture absorbers in order to keep it dehydrated.
Yeah. Saddle Ridge says they planted, this is the first year to plant Amish paste, and they're really big. Yeah, them things get to be like this big around and like that long. I mean, they're huge.
I don't have to plant morning glories. They seem to come wild out here most of the time. Danny hates those.
Oh, God, I hate morning glories. They're like the worst enemy to a vegetable garden that you can have.
No, I think those mimosa weeds, what do they call them?
Well, the mimosa weeds runs a close.
Chamber bitters.
Chamber bitters, whatever you want to call them, they run a real close race.
They are horrible.
Because you take a sweet potato plant, if you get a morning glory coming up in it, it looks just like a sweet potato plant, and you got to work, because that thing will wrap around everything. And
you got to figure out which one's which and not mess something up.
Eva says she's going to have bushels of heirloom tomatoes if the grasshoppers don't take over. You must be out toward West Texas over toward Las Vegas, because Vegas has been having a huge problem with grasshoppers out there.
Oh, yeah. 9-weed vine is horrible here. I've not heard of that.
We don't have any 9-weed here.
Spanish needle. Yeah.
Oh, Spanish needles. We have Spanish needles, but as soon as I've learned to plant when it's only that tall, and when I see them that tall, I'll pull them up.
You have to catch them before they seed.
And I think I've about ridded our place of them.
Yeah, she's in Montana.
Yeah, Steve, that's not a problem.
Do y'all have any experience with ground cherries?
If you, I was just telling Steve, if he needs to get his tool, it's here. It's in the, I got to find it. It's in the shop somewhere.
Oh, music. Well, Steve is okay. You don't have to.
Yeah, you didn't have to time him out. He's okay. He let me borrow a tool to put water in his tires.
Yeah, so you can let Steve back in. I'm sorry, Steve. Music Well didn't know what you were asking about.
Pigweed is a pain. Yes, it is a big pain.
Yeah.
Hey Danny, have you ever talked about using okra to treat diabetes? My question is, do you cut it up or put it in the water or just put the full pods in? How long do you keep a batch of okra in a jar? Yes, I have. You take about 3-inch pods and you put them in a pint jar.
You cut them, don't you?
No, you do not cut them up. You leave them
cut 'em?
whole. Nope, you leave them whole. Put them in a jar, fill it up with water, and put it in the refrigerator, usually overnight. And then you can drink the water the next day, and it usually lowers your blood sugar.
What would you advise regarding a veggie that you could plant in southwestern New Hampshire?
Ooh, y'all are fixing to get cold here in the next few weeks. I don't know if you knew that or not, but
I'm assuming they did.
No, there's a freak northern blast fixing to come down up there.
No.
It's going to drop the temperature about 15 degrees. Some they say it may even go 20 degrees. I don't know what a good plant.
Why use okra water instead of just
broccoli? You can
okra?
do broccoli because the water actually carries the nutrition in it that you need to lower your blood sugar. The okra, it's just a product out of the okra that goes into the water. Yeah, but any of your green leafy vegetables would do good. Your Brussels sprouts, your broccolis, your turnips, your kales, anything like that would be good up there in New Hampshire.
Do you just use the green bean directions? Do you cut them short or wind them in jars? I cut mine up. Well, actually, I snap
We just
them.
snap ours about an inch and a half long.
Then I put them in the jars. I follow the ball canning recipes with all my canning. Everything I do, I use the ball books. We have 3 of them.
Yeah.
3 different years. And they all say the same thing.
Trying to make sure I ain't missed none of the comments. Okay.
So guys, if there's anything we've missed, you just have to redo, put it in all caps, and we'll try and get to it.
Yeah,
I think we're other than our t-shirts and sweatshirts and cups. I saw. I think Music Well was throwing up our Teespring thing off and on. The shirts is life-changing event. The t-shirts, I'm going to take the women's shirt down because it wouldn't let me put colors and stuff, and I didn't really like it. But the men's t-shirts comes in several colors. I've got a red one on. And then we have the sweatshirts, and then we have the cups that have just Deep South on them. People had asked about them. So they're under our videos. Like when you look at our video, it'll be our merchandise is listed under it. So.
What is your opinion of BT? BT is Bacillus thuringiensis. It is an organic spray used on worms. I've used it many times in the past. I've never had a problem with it. Works really good on cabbage worms and stuff.
Okay, Danny, you mentioned in one of your videos you could tell if a seed is pollinated. Can you explain that? I told him he needed to do a video kind of explaining on pollinated seeds and stuff, seeing if he could explain that to people.
I'll just do a video on it. Now, do I have any spoons? Not yet, I don't. I may do a few toward Christmas time for the fall and Christmas. Danny, are you still fighting that Kogon grass? A little bit. It's almost completely gone. I got to put some more salt on it, and I think I'll probably have it this time.
Are we going to make the cabin an Airbnb for our subscribers? No. It's going to be a winter, I don't know if it's a vacation or a winter time
getaway
trip for us. We're going to try and spend the winter there. And then if in the future, if it's needed or whatever, if we happen to decide we want the big house and not stay over there all the time, but this one thinks he's going to love it so well that this is our new home.
I may just move over there because I just like that lifestyle.
We're going to find out.
Did you know you can eat sweet potato leaves like spinach? Yes, I did.
We've actually made them.
A Korean lady actually many years ago showed me you can eat the leaves. You can actually stir fry the little stems on the leaves. You cut the leaves off and then just stir fry the stems, and they're pretty good.
Yeah, and also you can use the stems in your salad.
Yes,
it's really good. I think we're going to like the cabin this winter. We're actually loving it with this cool weather, going sitting on the porch. We've spent quite a few nights there. Now that somebody's insulating, we can't spend the night right now.
Yeah, we're not able to stay there right now because I got insulation everywhere.
So we're going to wait till he's through with that and then clean everything up. We've got the bed covered right now so it doesn't get insulation. I really don't want to sleep in insulation in the bed.
No, we have the bed covered right now, but there's still insulation everywhere.
So once he gets through with the insulation, then we're going to start, if it's cool. We really didn't think we'd get to spend much time, but we do have a video coming up, I think it's Wednesday, where we're starting to transition some of the building of the cabin. So this will be the first, Wednesday will be the first of when we started the cabin build.
Grandpa's farm said he loved the screen door. Am I concerned about bugs getting between the screens? No, there are no bugs getting between the screens. We've had it up over there for almost a month now and not found a bug in it anywhere, so I'm not worried about it.
Not really having a whole lot of bug issues right now anyway.
No, not hardly having any.
It's too hot.
I missed a Danny, will peroxide and baking soda work for powdery mildew? I know the baking soda will and milk. I'm not sure about peroxide. That's the one that I'm not sure about, so I won't say that I know because I don't.
Too late to plant sweet potatoes in South Louisiana?
Yes.
They may not have time.
I don't think you'll have time enough for them to completely mature. Now, you may grow some small potatoes, but you'll never get anything any size to it.
Engineer 775 has a 1-ton solar AC. We're looking into solar. That's what we really want over there.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be one of our things. Have you ever eaten wild greasy beans?
Well, we have some greasy beans. Jared from Flutie Lick Homestead sent me some greasy beans. We're going to plant those in a controlled area where we can harvest the seeds from them, where we have enough to actually plant enough of them to do some good. Using baking soda and peroxide on grapes and it's stopping the rust. That's what I was thinking. The peroxide was more of killing a rust virus on beans and stuff like that and stuff, but I wasn't sure about powdery mildew.
Yeah, we got a couple of them falling asleep on, so we're going to have to.
Yep, it's already after 9 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock some places. It's only 8 o'clock.
Grandma Rose says they're going to bed.
Yep, we fixing all have to go to bed. So we need to say a pray and
we need to remember Nikki Stanley. She went to have her treatment. I think she had her treatment. Then when she got home, she had some issues, ended up back in the ER, and they're saying she needs to get her protein level up.
Oh, yeah, because cancer kills your red blood cells down. Her protein level probably dropped pretty bad. Yeah. They may not have gave her the bumblebee shot.
Yeah, or something. And so she needs her protein up. So Fred was cooking her a nice-looking steak earlier.
Let's see here. Thanks for letting me join in. You are so welcome.
All right, so pray for Kathy at Living Miracle Homestead. Okay. And like I said, Phyllis Stokes and Webb Cajun's family. And let's see.
Rhonda says, thank you for the talk on losing a spouse. Would have never went to the hootenanny without it.
Oh, wow.
Well, Rhonda, evidently you know what I'm talking about. So
yeah.
Looking forward to a video about solar power.
Jan said to remember her husband.
Yes.
And Mary Beth, Mary Beth, I'm not sure if it's your husband or what that you were mentioning earlier. Christy Beth's sister.
The victims from the shooting. Yes.
Yes.
And Webb Cajun's family, we want to remember them.
Yeah.
Will BT kill cutworms? Yes, it will. Okay, we got to get off of here. Father, we come to you tonight. We just want to humbly bow before you and ask you, first of all, to forgive us for we failed you and where we failed others. Father, give us a clean slate tonight so that when we approach your throne, we may be able to approach it with with honor and with dignity, Father, and respect. And Father, we just want to ask you tonight, there's so many that's having problems with cancer. Father, Nikki and different ones that's mentioned they have cancer. Oh, it just seems like everywhere we turn today, it's just everywhere. And Father, we pray that they can be an overcomer of it, and they can find peace and rest and health can be granted back to their bodies, Father, and then give them just the ability to go through whatever it is that they have to go through, their treatments and different things. Give them strength to endure it now. And Father, we think about those who've lost loved ones. I know what that is to lose personal, close loved ones, and we've had several of them that have sent me messages that's lost their spouses, and I do pray for them, Father, that they'll be able to fill that empty, void space in their life with whatever it is that you have for them, Father. And Father, we think about those who just passed on. Web Cajun this week that's passed. He was a great YouTube person, a great friend, and Father, he put out a lot of good videos, and pray for his family that's left behind to deal with things, and that they'll have a lot of peace and harmony in their families through this now. And Father, we think about the lost victims that was killed in the senseless shooting out in El Paso, Father. You don't even think about these things. We just go to town, we go to the store, and we don't even think about anything like this happening. And that's why it's so important for everybody to have an advanced concealed carry and be able to, in a moment's notice, protect their loved ones if need be, Father. It's very important for everybody to get this training now. And Father, we just think about the ones that's left behind from the victims of that they will, Father, be able to find some kind of peace through this senselessness that took place and the loss of their loved ones. And Father, I think about our country going through the shortages that we're having, the food shortages and the weather anomalies and all these kind of things. I pray that we'll be able to figure this thing out. We're working frantically here at Deep South to figure out how to beat these weather anomalies and how to beat the solar minimum and how to make things grow and share it with our subscribers so that maybe they can, be able to grow their food also, because growing food is going to be where it's at in order to survive. And Father, we're working diligently with your help trying to figure this thing out now. And Father, do go with us through the night and bless everyone that was on the channel tonight. Give them all a special blessing for having come here tonight, and help them to all rest comfortably tonight to be able to get up tomorrow and go about their daily routines and their daily business now. And thank you for loving us, and thank you for being there for us when we need you. And Father, we have several that have mentioned their spouses are not doing well, and we pray for them, Father, that they can have healing for their bodies now also. We ask these things in thy name. Amen. Okay. You back? My eyes adjusted where I can see here.
Me too.
Okay. All right. I'm sure there were some comments I missed as the time went by, but we'll go back and look at them and check them out.
Yes. And guys, I'm not sure if y'all vote, but in Mississippi, we are voting Tuesday.
Yes.
So if you're in Mississippi, go vote. I guess everybody all over the nation may be, but I'm not 100% sure. I hadn't checked that
out. Yeah, that's a nationwide thing. Yeah.
I just know Mississippi votes Tuesday.
Yeah.
So y'all remember to vote. And I think that's about it.
Yes, do go vote this week. I know a lot of people don't think that a vote makes any difference, but it's one of the rights that we still have, even though it may be altered in some ways. I don't know, it's possible, and I do think that it is, because I've seen evidence that it has. But it's still a right that we have, and if we take it for granted, then all it takes for things to go bad is for good people to do nothing. So
go do it.
Yeah.
Do something. All right.
Go.
So.
All right, guys.
We are headed to bed shortly.
Yeah.
And we will talk to you guys.
Check out David's book down in the description down below, and Sasha Dobler's book down below. Guys, I think if you check their books out and you get them and you read them, you'll understand the grand solar minimum a lot more than what you do. And I think it'll open your eyes as to what we've got coming in this country and in the world, not just this country, but worldwide. I think it'll help you to prepare a little bit better for what's coming. So
thank you guys.
Thank you guys from Deep South Homestead.